Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about developing reading materials for EFL learners. Okay, so before we go to the introduction, I'm going to ask first. So what do you know about reading skill? Do you know it? Let's discuss. From the introduction, reading is one of the most dominant activities in any language learning program. Not only does reading serve a source of information, but also as a means of increasing and consolidating one's knowledge of the language itself. That's why the ability to read is considered a valuable asset, as it is considered highly important for personal, social, and academic achievement. In a pedagogic context, reading goals are varied. It might range from reading for language learning to reading for comprehension. Reading for language is usually practiced in the early stages of language learning. Reading for comprehension remains as the ultimate goals of most reading courses. As a Hofer and Koch urge, success in reading comprehension depends not only on language comprehension, but also on decoding skills. In other words, readers should be able to both construct meaning from the language in which the text is written and to identify and process the words and phrases in the reading material. So what about the selection of reading topic? So we have 4 discussions. The first, reading will naturally enough take more delight and interest in reading the topics that are closely related to his individual interests. Number 2, reading developers should attempt to develop materials that develop the reader's interest in the materials and correspondent in one way or another to his goals for reading. Number 3, the content of the reading should be relevant to the needs of the reader and reflect the language material he or she might encounter outside the classroom as well. And the last is, therefore, any use of authentic materials should be leveled for the reader's level of the language ability, meeting his educational needs and expectations. And now we focus on selection and use of vocabulary. Vocabulary is one of the most important components of language. It brings the subject into focus by pointing out you can understand a reading text with almost no grammar, but you can't get anywhere without vocabulary. That's the point. So, however, with the limited time available to EFL learners and the huge number of vocabulary items in the language, it is neither pedagogically rational nor practical to include all in EFL program materials. Moreover, not all the language words are of the same degree of importance and usefulness to the language learner. Okay, now we move to using different reading strategies and techniques. Teachers should use different reading strategies and techniques in the classroom. It is essential for the teachers to make use of various strategies and techniques in teaching readings so the students can adjust their reading style to deal with different situations and goals. Reading strategies can be described as plans for solving problems encountered in constructing meaning. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you. Let's discuss. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.